Right now, people are financing compact SUVs because they think taller means better. But taller just means more drag, more tire cost, and more wear in the places that get expensive. We've watched the pattern for years, and it's always the same story. The SUV looks practical, but the maintenance starts stacking up like a bad subscription. Meanwhile, large sedans get ignored, and that neglect creates discounts. They carry adults in real comfort, load luggage easily, and cruise smoothly for less cash. Today, we're breaking down 7 big sedans that replace the SUV job for less money. Stick around because the last one does near-luxury comfort without the luxury punishment. Number 7. Buick Lucerne. Want large comfort for little money, and you do not care about style points? The Lucerne makes SUV math look silly because you get a wide back seat, a soft ride, and a trunk that swallows strollers and airport bags without lifting them high. It stays cheaper because it wears the grandpa label, it has a huge supply, and nobody brags about a Lucerne, so sellers price them to sell. You feel it right away. Thick seats, simple controls, and a quiet ride built for longer miles, not parking lot poses. This one is all about plush comfort and a calm cabin, the kind of setup made for long trips. Everything is simple and comfort-focused, and that quiet highway feel is why people keep them forever. Keep it simple with the proven V6 setup, and treat neglected cooling like a clear stop, because heat is how cheap cars turn into painful cars. Most shoppers hunt the 3.8 V6 era because it is common and easy for any shop, and the automatic is a basic 4-speed that keeps doing its job when fluid is not ignored. Used price reality is often $3,000 to $7,000, depending on miles and region, and under $5,000 still happens with higher miles and honest cosmetics. New MSRP started around $26,980, which tells you how far the market has fallen. Who it fits is the commuter who wants plush comfort, the airport runner who needs trunk depth, and the buyer who wants easy parts without paying crossover tax. Your inspection is simple and fast. Check coolant color and smell for sweet warning, confirm the idle is smooth, look underneath for rust points and brake line crust, and turn the wheel lock to feel power steering effort. On the drive, listen for front-end clunks because worn links are common, and use that as price leverage. If the Lucerne feels too old school, the next car looks newer and feels quieter, yet it gets ignored in a crowded market for the same silly reason. Number 6. Hyundai Azera. If you want a large sedan that feels quiet and you do not want SUV fuel bills, this is the move. The Azera does the same family job as a compact crossover, but it rides lower, it loads groceries easier, and it stays more stable at speed because the center of gravity is not trying to tip you over every ramp. That matters on highway miles, because a sedan tracks straight and wastes less energy pushing air. It is cheaper for one big reason: sedan market neglect, plus badge bias, plus everyone chasing crossovers. So the Azera sits while smaller SUVs get listed like trophies. It looks longer, sits wider, and the back seat feels roomy in a way most compact SUVs just don't. This cabin feels quiet and upscale with a rear seat that actually fits adults comfortably. The whole car has that big sedan feel, wide inside, calm outside, and easy to live with. This is usually a naturally aspirated V6 paired with a conventional automatic, so you are not buying turbo heat or fragile CVT stress. You are buying steady power with simple service intervals. New price when new was about $31,000 for early examples, and that sticker shock is why depreciation works for you now. Used price window is often $4,000 to $9,000, depending on year and miles, so a clean title car can land in the same money zone as a tired compact SUV. Start cold and listen for timing rattle or belt squeal, then check charging health, because weak alternator voltage makes weird warnings. Drive it until fully warm, and confirm the shifts stay smooth, not flaring or banging. Hit a rough road and listen for suspension clunks, because worn struts and links are common, and they change tire wear fast. Check the trunk seals and the spare well for moisture, because leaks become mold, and that is a negotiation gift. If you want the most American-sized cabin for the least money, the next one is the big sedan people forget exists, and that is where the discounts get major. If this is the kind of honest talk you want, subscribe. We test the sedan versus SUV math, and we show checks that save money. Number 5. Ford Taurus. Need full-size space, but you refuse to pay SUV money for it? Taurus is a sleeper because fleets ran them, depreciation hit harder, and buyers call it boring, so the market prices it like it did something wrong. It beats a SUV in the daily job because the cabin is huge, the trunk is deep, and it feels planted in crosswinds, so road trips are calmer. You are also skipping the height tax, which means tires and brakes tend to cost less, and you are not servicing an extra AWD unit unless you truly bought one. What sets it apart is real back seat space, a deep trunk, and a wider, more planted feel than most compact SUVs. Keep it basic, avoid mystery mods, and be honest about long-term service, because this is where you win by choosing the right setup and walking from sketchy history. Many Tauruses use a 3.5 V6 with a 6-speed automatic, and it pulls like an SUV without carrying SUV weight. Used price under $5,000 usually means higher miles, while cleaner examples climb higher. Here's the jaw-dropping part. The used car can be low, while the original sticker was for a real full-size sedan. You're buying it for a fraction of what it cost new, and that value gap is the whole reason it wins. When you compare what they cost new versus what they cost now, the SUV tax looks painful. When new, the sticker lived in the high 20s to mid-30s depending on trim, so it was never cheap. It just got forgotten. Your inspection beats start with cooling health because overheating is damage that hides in the oil. Check for leaks at the front cover area, sniff for coolant, and watch the temp stay stable on a long idle. Then steer at low speed and feel for smooth assist, because heavy spots mean front-end wear. Drive it warm and confirm shifts are smooth, because harsh shifting is a warning. Do one firm brake test for straight tracking, then scan tires for uneven edges, because alignment truth shows up there. One pain point to respect is the internal water pump design on some 3.5 engines, because when it fails, it can leak coolant where you do not want it, so service records and clean oil matter a lot. Buy it with proof, not promises. And if you want an imported sedan that feels more upscale than people expect, that is next. Number 4. Kia Cadenza. Want nearly luxury comfort without luxury repair fear? Cadenza beats a compact SUV because it stays silent and stable on the highway, and adults get room and comfort. The trunk loads lower and deeper, so airport bags slide in, and that is a practical win. It stays cheaper because shoppers rarely cross-shop it, and the market stays sleepy, so prices fall fast. Show the wide rear doors, the longer trunk floor, and the quieter cabin because those are value clues. Mechanic angle is simple, a naturally aspirated V6 and a conventional automatic, with smooth power and reliable habits. No turbo heat, no complex driveline, just predictable service, and that keeps ownership cheaper for normal drivers. Used prices often sit in the $7,000 to $15,000 range, but older, higher-mile cars can land near $5,000, still luxury and cheaper. When new, it lived in the low to mid-30s, so depreciation is heavy and buyers get value and comfort today. Compared to a same-year compact SUV, the SUV owner pays extra for height, then pays extra for tires and fuel. This sedan keeps the job simple, adults ride better, and daily miles feel calmer and smooth in traffic. Ask for records and proof, because history matters more than any shiny screen. Start it cold, listen for smooth idle, then run HVAC modes, because dead doors get annoying. On the drive, feel brakes for pulse and steering for stable tracking, because a pull signals damage and alignment bills. Hit rough pavement and listen for suspension noise, because links and struts are common wear and tires get costly fast. Check oil level habits, because low oil is damage, and neglect turns cheaper into expensive. Look for valve cover seepage, because small leaks are cheaper now, and ignored leaks become costly later. If you want grown-up comfort with low-drama repairs, this is a smart pick when the story is clean, and records exist. And if this feels too calm, the next car is the trunk surprise that makes SUV shoppers look silly and pay more. Subscribe if you like simple buying advice. We share reliable year windows, cheaper ownership math, and quick checks that stop mistakes before you buy today. Number 3. Chevrolet Impala. This is the trunk monster that carries life stuff and still rides like a sedan. Impala beats a compact SUV because the trunk is massive and the cabin feels spacious and comfortable with smooth road manners. People forget how much real cargo a big sedan holds until you open this trunk and it swallows strollers, coolers, and luggage. It is cheaper because the sedan market collapsed. Fleets fed supply and buyers chased the sight higher story, not real space. That is why you can find clean drivers for cheaper money than many smaller crossovers, with less room and more wind drag. People forget how huge this trunk is and how much real-life stuff it swallows with ease. This car carries more than you'd expect, and the rear seat is wide enough for actual adults. It's the kind of sedan that makes you realize you didn't need an SUV for space. New price started around $27,095, so it was not cheap new, it just depreciates hard now. Used listings range from about $4,986 to $25,999 by miles and trim. For this list, we care about the cheaper end, older examples that still feel solid when service was consistent and documented. Drivetrain talk stays simple. Pick the proven setups and avoid cars with mystery fixes, because mysteries get costly fast. A naturally aspirated V6 plus a conventional automatic is the basic plan, with predictable shifts and reliable routine. This matters because many small SUVs hide pricey gearboxes and extra parts that turn into costly bills later without warning. The Impala also sits lower, so it feels more planted, and body roll stays calmer, so passengers feel better and safer. Warm it up fully and feel the transmission, because warm shift quality tells the truth and saves money. You want smooth upshifts. No flare, no slam, because those are warning signs. Listen for front-end clunks over bumps, because links and bushings wear, and that is a negotiation lever and value tool. Check tire wear across the tread, because uneven edges mean alignment is off, and tires are money and costly. Look for oil leaks under the engine, because seepage is common, and you price it now, not after you buy, to stay smart. Let it idle and confirm cooling fans kick on, because overheating is damage, and it becomes brutal and expensive later. Test the brakes for a firm pedal and straight stops, because safety matters and pulling can be costly to fix. Open the trunk, check the spare well for water, and sniff for a musty smell, because leaks are annoying and damage carpets. If you want the biggest trunk and simple daily duty, Impala is the bargain that still feels like a big car with comfort. And if you want that old-school rear-drive feel, the next one brings presence and stable cruising without buying a huge SUV. Number 2. Chrysler 300. If you want presence, serious comfort, and a sedan that feels solid, this is it. The 300 beats a compact SUV at the job you actually do, adult space and highway miles, with cheaper running costs. It has a wide cabin and thick doors, and the stance feels stable and confident, so long trips feel calmer and smoother. It stays cheaper because reputation baggage scared buyers, depreciation hit hard, and people assume it is too much car. That fear is your advantage when you find a clean example with records and a previous owner who did not skip service. It feels wide and solid, like a real full-size sedan, and that's why it cruises so smooth. This is the big body feel, thick doors, big seats, and a planted ride that stays stable. It has presence, but it also has comfort, and that's why it works as an SUV replacement. Used listings can start around $5,495 and run up to $32,788. We focus on the cheaper end, older models that still feel solid and do not demand luxury budgets for basic upkeep. Choose the simpler powertrain. Avoid sketchy mods, because hacked wiring is a nightmare and costly. A naturally aspirated V6 with a conventional automatic is the calm choice, with predictable service and smooth shifts. More complex setups can be fun, but fun gets expensive when the last owner drove it hard and skipped fluids. Inspection beats start with front suspension noise, because heavy cars punish worn parts, and clunks mean costly tires. Drive over broken pavement and listen, then check for stable tracking and good return to center, because steering tells truth. Brake feel matters. Firm pedal and straight stops, because a pull can mean calipers, and that repair is costly and urgent. Get it warm and feel the shifts. You want smooth changes, not hunting, not banging, and not slipping under load. Check electrical basics, windows, locks, lights, and dash warnings, because gremlins waste time and money fast. Ask for maintenance proof, because records separate a bargain from a headache, and headaches are expensive and draining. Look for oil seepage, check coolant level, and confirm temp stays stable at idle, because heat is damage and brutal. If it passes those checks, you get a big car comfort and cheaper ownership without paying SUV money for the same daily job. And number 1 is next, the SUV replacement that feels quiet and luxury, but does not punish you like one. Before you click off, subscribe. Next, we rank the best year windows, show the fast drive test, and catch damage early with simple steps today. Number 1. Lexus ES 350. Want quiet luxury comfort with Toyota-level dependable bones, and you do not want SUV fuel bills. This sedan does the same job for less money because it carries adults in real seats, swallows road trip bags, and stays stable at speed without that tall body roll that makes crossovers feel tired. In the shop, we watch people buy a compact SUV for space, then pay extra for bigger tires, bigger brakes, and drivetrain service they barely use. And that is where the costly surprise hides. The ES wins because the trunk sits low, loading is easy, the cabin stays quiet on the highway, and it feels planted when the road gets ugly. Why is it cheaper? The luxury badge scares budget buyers, and they assume expensive repairs, even though this car uses simple, proven Toyota-style hardware that shops already know. Depreciation finishes the job, and sedans are not trendy, so your wallet gets the discount. The cabin stays quiet, the back seat is adult comfort, and the trunk is deeper than most people expect. It's the calm luxury play, silent on the highway, roomy in back, and practical when you load it up. This is quiet mile luxury, the kind that makes road trips feel easy and cheaper. We like the naturally aspirated 3.5 V6 with a conventional automatic because there is no small turbo heat and no fragile behavior when miles get high. Older ES cars can land close to basic compact SUV money, but drive like a calmer class above with fewer daily annoyances. Now the inspection beats. Keep it quick and practical. Ask for service records first, because proof beats promises, and skipped fluids turn cheaper into costly. Cold start it and listen for a smooth idle. No loud ticking, no shaky misfire, because rough starts can signal damage. Check for oil seepage and look under the front for wet spots, because leaks turn into expensive ketchup when ignored. Get it fully warm and feel the shifts. They should stay clean and predictable, not flaring, not slamming, because harsh shifting means trouble. On the test drive, confirm it tracks straight and brakes feel solid because stable stopping is safety. Look at tire wear because uneven edges mean alignment bills and that is money. Finally, scan the title history and panel gaps because crash repairs can turn a deal into a long headache. And once you realize how much fits in the trunk, the SUV choice starts to look silly. When you see the cargo reality, you start wondering why anyone pays extra for a compact SUV. The space is there, the comfort is there, and suddenly the SUV premium feels painful. Used price. Older ES 350 listings often land around $8,000 to $16,000, depending on miles and records, while new MSRP was commonly in the low to mid $40,000 range. Click the video on your screen. Next, we show the best years, the space proof, and the quick checks that keep big sedans cheaper than SUVs. Subscribe now.